Okay, so did you watch the Champions League matches?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Let's start with Bayern versus PSG. So
Probably the best game of the four out of the four.
it's the best game I've seen for a
Yeah,
while, I think. Nobody plays football like Bayern.
yeah, and I think if they'd had Lewandowski, it would be a different game.
Yeah.
I think Choupo-Moting. I'm pretty sure that he's not that good, although he scores some goals, but it's not the same.
No. He did okay, Choupo-Moting, but
Yeah,
it's not the same as Lewandowski. Is he playing in the
no.
return leg, do you know?
What?
Is he gonna play in the second leg?
Lewandowski
Yeah.
or Choupo? No, he's out for the
Is
two
he out?
matches.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I don't know
I think
then.
he's out for a month because of the international break.
It's such a feature of football at the moment, I think. So teams like Bayern Munich and teams like Liverpool, who just push the fullbacks forward, constantly attacking, play a high line. Even the likes of in the Copa Libertadores, River Plate, were just
Mm-hmm.
really pushing against a team like Palmeiras or a team like PSG who defend quite deep and then can counter attack. I think it seems like the teams who are playing counter-attacking football win.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think even I'm not sure Manchester City is always counter-attacking, but they changed a lot this season. I remember in the beginning of the Prem, they were suffering. They even lost 5-2 to Leicester at home.
Yeah.
Guardiola reinvented his style of play to be more cautious with the ball, playing more defensively, and uh, I think taking the errors by the opponents and taking them to score a few more goals. You see Manchester City last or 2 or 3 seasons ago they won games 4 or 5, even 6-1, sometimes 6-0, and now it's always 1-0, 2-1.
Mm.
I think I think it's the football is adapting. Even I think it's because of the pandemic. The players, the teams had less time of preseason, and I think it's a current that teams will play more this style of counterattack. I think.
Yeah, I think Manchester City are definitely more controlled the way they approach games. They're not like Bayern Munich. They're not like Liverpool.
Yeah.
Even Dortmund. I know they against Manchester City they were not like that, but in the Bundesliga they just push and push and push, and I think teams catch them out sometimes.
Yeah,
so
it's
who do you
different
think?
because.
Go on.
No, sorry.
Go on.
No, it's different because Bayern and Liverpool doesn't stop attacking at all. They don't know how to defend. I mean, they don't know how to stay at the back and just wait for the opponent. It's not a culture in these teams.
Yeah. So Paris Saint-Germain knew that, and they just kept him back. I think Pochettino did well. He did well keeping. He was brave by always having Mbappe, Neymar, and Di Maria trying to join the attack. He did always keep them up. That was the tactic, wasn't it? It was just when we get the ball, just try to find Neymar, who can find Mbappe. So who do you think will win in the second leg?
I think it will be a tie, and therefore PSG will go through the semis.
Yeah. I think Bayern will win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be my heart actually. I want Bayern to win. I want that style of football to win. Really, I want some more teams play like that. But if
and of course
Saint-Germain win, they are a good team too, and I love Mbappe. I love Neymar as well. But yeah, I would prefer Bayern Munich to win, and I think they will.
All around, PSG are not a very good team. Their fullbacks are really bad. They are not anything amazing. The midfield is not very good too. Danilo and Gueye, I think it is.
Yeah.
They're common players. They are not amazing superstars. I mean,
why isn't Verratti and Paredes playing? Do you
I
know?
think he's injured, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like Paredes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bayern should have won. I think they
Yeah.
had lots of like really good chances. So
I think if they had Lewandowski, it would be probably an easy win for them.
Yeah, but I fancy. Oh, I don't know. It's a very close one, isn't it? Which one shall we do?
Yeah.
I think. Well, Mbappe will score. I think
Yeah.
Neymar will have an impact on the game. I think Mbappe will score. It's just whether Bayern. Oh, I think they looked really good. I think Bayern will win the match. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Bayern.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to score 2. Yeah, I think 1-0 or 2-1 Bayern. I think PSG still goes through. So they will have.
So they need 2 goals, don't they?
Yeah.
They need to win by 2 goals.
2 goals, yeah.
Oh, I'll change. Oh. Yeah, if I was a betting man, which I am, I probably.
I am too.
Yeah, so I think maybe Paris. Go on. Do you think Paris then will qualify?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. If Man City goes through, I would prefer Bayern. But as I think we will reach to that, we will get to that. But I don't think they will get through. So.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to Liverpool then. Liverpool, Real Madrid.
Oh, it's hard not to speak with the heart on this one, but I still think Liverpool are going to get through this knockout because it depends. I think on what will be the lineup that Klopp selects, but Madrid are a very good defensive team. I talk when we had the draw that Liverpool got selected against Madrid. I saw a lot of people being happy and celebrated. Oh, Madrid are not very good. They are, but I remember that it's not good to play against such a big club.
Yeah.
Not that Liverpool is not, because it is, but it's not good to. It's never good to play against Madrid. It's like playing against Boca Juniors in the Copa Libertadores. Even if they are in a bad shape, it doesn't matter, because when it comes to knockouts, things change.
It's like Liverpool professionals, Real Madrid. I think they are a very professional team. The way they approach every game, they approach it to win. They do anything to win.
It's like Liverpool in the beginning of the last decade, like 2004 and so on. It was not a very good team, but Liverpool always reached the semis, even 2 finals, and won the title once. So teams that have tradition, that have titles, even though they are in a bad shape, it's not really. I'm sure that Madrid fans were not very happy to get drawn against Liverpool too. And so, but coming to the match, what?
I think everybody on this side of the draw was happy, but I agree with you. I wasn't happy with Madrid. I think just the way they play on that training pitch. They know how to play on that pitch. I think I didn't expect us to win on that pitch.
It's a garden shed.
Yeah, they were compact. Like the Courtois was doing little throws out from the edge of his box. He knew they defended really compact and deep. They knew how to play on that pitch, I thought. And
I found it weird because Atalanta last year had to play in the San Siro because they were not allowed to play in their stadium, which was a bit small. But how do UEFA allow Madrid to play in that shit thing?
Yeah, it's so strange, I think, but it is. That's the situation, isn't it? But I don't think it should be allowed. I said Liverpool should play in Melwood. Because it would just be so strange, wouldn't it? If Liverpool train on that pitch every day, and they know how to play the pitch more than in a stadium, I think. So, but that's the situation. And I think Real Madrid deserved to win the first leg.
Yeah, they did. Vinicius had an amazing match. I was not expecting that.
They knew how to play. They defended really compact. The fullbacks didn't get forward at all, really, to nullify the threat of the front three. they knew that Liverpool would give them the ball eventually, and when they did, Liverpool was sloppy. But when Liverpool did give them the ball, they just knew where to attack over the top on that right
That's
side.
yeah. That's the good thing about having experienced midfielders like Toni Kroos and Modric. Although they are not very young, they are amazing players. They are very experienced and they know how to control the tempo of the ball, or they keep the ball with them. They control the match.
Yeah, so they do. They're unbelievable. I think Toni Kroos is probably the best player I have seen live. One of them. He just really stands out. I've seen a few like Neymar and
he's amazing.
Messi, but Toni Kroos, yeah, I saw a Real Madrid match versus Sevilla, and he was unbelievable. Just the way he just controlled the match. He hardly sprinted, and his passing is just perfect every time. Yeah, he's a brilliant player.
He's very like Pirlo, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to move much, does he? But he's not really out of position much. But I think, yeah, Real Madrid protect themselves. So they had Vasquez right back. They had Modric and Kroos and Casemiro, who are good players, but not the most dynamic players now. But they just sit really compact and protect each other. And then they had Vinicius and Benzema on the break. Asensio did okay as well. So yeah, I can only see a Real Madrid going through. Yeah, to be honest.
I will only be optimistic if I think the best midfield that Liverpool can put to play to get through the semis, it's Fabinho, Curtis Jones, and Thiago. That's
yeah. Curtis Jones played well in the under 21s recently. Yeah. Well, he didn't start the first two, but in the last match he was man of the match.
That's the midfield I would pick.
Yeah.
And the players have to be fully concentrated and focused, because it's the type of match that you cannot turn off your mind for a second, because if you do, you will concede.
Curtis Jones is an interesting one. I don't think he will play him, but yeah, I think he might have that real fight in him, which he showed in the under-21s European shows recently. Well, too much. He got sent off. He was trying to fight somebody at the end. But after the match that we played against Arsenal, was it Arsenal? When Jota came on.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah, so Jota came on for Robertson, wasn't it? So Milner went to left back, and we had Thiago and Fabinho in midfield holding, and then we had the four forwards, the Fab Four.
Yes.
I think we need to unleash the Fab Four. I do.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Maybe
because the game, it doesn't matter to lose by 1 or 2 goals. You have to try.
Yeah.
It's like against Barcelona in 2019. Just go for it. Yeah. Just try to win.
Yeah, I like that. I think we need to play with 4 forwards. I think this season Liverpool haven't been getting enough players in and around the box, I think, in scoring positions. So Man City, I think, get 5 players forward. They get the 3 forwards, and they get 2 midfielders pushing up, De Bruyne, Gundogan. They're on the front line, 5 forwards. Whereas Liverpool have the 3. And then not really a midfielder. Sometimes a midfielder joins in, but it's usually the fullbacks from deep who give the width. So I just think we get outnumbered by defenders, and there's not enough space. And I think we could have 4. I think we could play the 4, but that means only 2 holding midfielders, Fabinho and Thiago or Wijnaldum. And then the width, because Trent playing today, he played in the midfield more or less.
Yes.
Most of it, didn't he? Was just like in the Cancelo position for Manchester City. He was playing a lot of it inside and further forward. And I think Trent, if we had better defenders, maybe we could do that, I suppose. It's the defenders at the moment, isn't it?
With Virgil and someone else, maybe even Joe Gomez, we could try that.
Yeah, but because we haven't got them, because we have Matt Phillips and Kabak, I think Real Madrid will score. I think they will qualify. Do you agree?
Yeah. If they score, it's game over. I think
Yeah,
we will
Liverpool
not.
are struggling to score at the moment, aren't they, as well? So
I'm going with you,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. Okay, let's move on. Manchester City versus Dortmund. Because it was the same time as Liverpool, I didn't see much of this match.
I saw the highlights later, and I have some friends here in Brazil that, and I don't know why, support Man City. And we always are talking in groups or something, and he complained a lot about Phil Foden, who missed a lot of chances. Although he scored in the last minute, he missed a lot of chances.
Okay, I think he's quite clinical as well. Usually,
yeah. Against Liverpool in the defeat at Anfield, he played so well, so well. But I think there was a goal that for Borussia Dortmund that was disallowed. I don't know if you watched this.
Yeah,
Bellingham. Jude Bellingham. Yeah, it was a shocking decision. He didn't even touch Ederson.
No, he didn't touch Ederson, and his foot wasn't that high. His studs were showing, I suppose, and like they were showing, but it's football. Come on, like you need to use.
If I think if Jude he after he retrieved the ball, if he fell, it was a pen. I think 100%. I think the ref would give a pen.
Yeah, if he and Ederson kicked him,
yeah, but I don't know. Refs are bad in the whole world.
But do you think Manchester City will qualify?
No, I think Borussia will.
Oof, okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because of two things. The first is Erling Haaland. I think he will destroy Man City's defense, as he almost did in the last match. And I think Guardiola suffers of a problem that I don't know if he understands. He overthinks the game, the knockout, the games that are knockouts. Just as he did with Lyon last year.
Yeah.
He overthinks the game. He does things that he didn't need to, like Klopp did against Madrid to put on Keita. There was no need to do that. And Guardiola does the same things, like maybe even I think he will put some players. I don't know even if he replacing players or arranging the team in a different system.
Yeah.
But I think we'll do some bad things.
I think it looks like Foden. Well, Jesus. Do you say Jesus or Jesus?
Jesus, we say.
Jesus. He started today, didn't he? Didn't do anything.
I think so. I started watching the game after halftime, so I don't know if he started.
Yeah, he started. So I just think he might not play. Aguero was injured. I think they might go with the three. I think Foden, Mahrez, and I don't know who's the other one.
Sterling.
No, he hasn't been playing. He hasn't been starting for them. So
Foden. Torres, do you think?
No. Who did they start then? Well, maybe Jesus will play. I think. But De Bruyne, Gundogan didn't play. I think Rodri has been really good for Manchester City this season. So he will play. Diaz and Laporte didn't play today. They will play. I think it looks like Walker will play. But Dortmund are a dangerous team, aren't they? I've seen them a few times this year. They are a dangerous team, young team, aren't they? They have no fear. They do attack. And Hummels is really good at the back for them. I think he's really important for them. So they can defend as well.
Sancho is a dangerous player as well.
Sancho's injured, I just checked.
Oh, he is so...
Yeah. He hasn't been playing the last few games. Okay, I'll go with Dortmund. Why not? So didn't Dortmund play Paris Saint-Germain last year? Oh, no, it was Leipzig.
Okay. Yeah, Dortmund, maybe Royce will put something out of his hat and surprise us.
You said Dortmund. I'm just agreeing with you. I think Manchester City, really.
Yeah.
I'm just agreeing with you.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm going with my heart on this one because I really don't want to see Manchester City going through or, God forbid, win the Champions League.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I don't think I want to see it either. Okay, it's the one thing Liverpool have over them at the moment. Okay, Porto versus Chelsea.
Yeah. I think that is a game over already. I
It is,
can't
isn't it? I think it was
can't see
played in
Porto.
Seville Stadium, I think, wasn't it? For some reason,
Sorry,
I think it was played in Sevilla's stadium.
I think so.
And is the second leg played in Sevilla Stadium? I think it could be.
Not sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but Porto played really defensively. I only
Yeah.
saw bits of this match because I was watching the Munich match and the Bayern match. So Porto were really defensive. When I was,
Yeah, it's their style of play. Even when Liverpool played them in the last, I think it was 17-18 and then 19-20. I think it was. They are a very stay back team. Their manager style is that, and to be honest, they don't have any good players to go up front. So it is what it is. They have to play this way. But I don't see them giving Chelsea a hard time.
The guy in midfield, is his name Oliveira? He was
I think
Juventus, I thought, with the long hair. But yeah, Chelsea in this one, I think. Chelsea were winning 2-0.
Imagine how good it would be to have a semi-final Chelsea and Liverpool.
It would be a good one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Again, I know it's strange, but I would have preferred Liverpool on this side, on the other side of the draw.
Yeah.
I just think against Bayern are unbelievable. But I think Liverpool could beat Bayern because of the high line, because of Liverpool's forwards, because they will try to attack them. Even Manchester City, I know Manchester City destroyed us recently. It didn't destroy us. I think it was a close match, but I think Liverpool can beat Manchester City because of...
Even more in the Champions League, yeah.
Yeah, I think they can. Liverpool can beat Dortmund. I think Paris Saint-Germain I'd be worried about, I think, with Neymar and Mbappe on the attack, like up front. But these teams like Real Madrid and Chelsea are a bit more controlled, a bit more defensive. They don't suit Liverpool's style, I think.
Hey, Liverpool and Chelsea's match, I think it was last month, it was a upsetting game to watch. Chelsea didn't play nothing. Chelsea didn't do anything, but they controlled us. The 90 minutes.
Yeah, they just position themselves really well. They pass it really well, similar to Real Madrid. They stay quite compact. They didn't allow the fullbacks to go forward. They didn't give Liverpool space, and they just passed it around Liverpool. Yeah. Okay, so that's the semi-final lineup. Paris Saint-Germain versus Dortmund, Mbappe versus Haaland.
If this is the scenario, I'm picking Paris Saint-Germain because of Neymar.
I think less because it's Neymar is okay. So you've got Mbappe, Haaland, but Paris Saint-Germain have Neymar, don't they, as well?
Yeah. I think, and also Paris in this conference is the team that I will support because of the Brazilians always go for they are superstars. But
Marquinhos, I think because of Marquinhos as well. They just had Marquinhos. Did he go off in the first match? Was he injured?
He was injured. Yeah.
But also Keylor Navas is better than is his name Berkey for Dortmund, or the goalkeeper.
And it's also Paris have a lot of Latin American players. There are some Argentinians. Keylor Navas is not Latin American, but he's from Central America. So I think people from here enjoy a bit of when players from Central or South America go play in Europe. They have more support in this area. But I can confirm to you that 95% of the Brazilians in this case supports PSG.
Yeah.
And sorry, go.
No, go on. I thought of something today, and it's a bit controversial because I have Brazilian subscribers, so I don't know if I want to say it. But I thought that I wouldn't I love Neymar as a player, and I love watching him, but I don't think I would like him to play in the Premier League.
Oh, he would suffer. The refs won by he. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean he would suffer? What?
I think the refs would conspire against him. They would not give him free kicks. The fans would destroy him. The opponent fans, I think. Yeah. I imagine if he played for Liverpool and he simulated a foul in Old Trafford. I think he. Yeah. I can't see he succeeding.
Yeah, if he played for Man U, he might be okay. but yeah, I just think because he brings that energy to every match, doesn't he? He brings this kind of it's really good, and I like watching him. He can be frustrating. He did a couple of dives against Bayern, I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I would like him in the league because of his ability to cheat. He's really good. Not cheat. I don't know if it's cheating. It's just kind of this kind of energy he brings to a match, I think.
We have a term in Brazil. I don't think if it has a literal translation, but it is malandragem. You have to. It's like when you fool other people. You have to be smart to win by dirty means, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, he does that. He wins by dirty means. So it's just his arrogance in some way, isn't it? It's confidence, arrogance, and he sometimes loses matches because of that arrogance, I think, and confidence. Like he has ended up with egg on his face sometimes, but yeah, I think I prefer him being in the French league. I'm not here.
He knows he's good, and then he uses that to provoke the other players. But sometimes he oversteps a bit. He pushes a little bit too much.
Yeah, like in that match with Bayern, he did a dive where Boateng got booked, and it looked like a foul. I was like, oh, that was a bad foul, but Neymar just kind of jumped into him. He did. And he stayed on the floor. Like Jesus did it today. I think that's what made Jesus. It was a bad tackle. The Leeds player was sent off. It was a bad tackle. I agree. But Jesus was on the floor, like hitting the floor, like and there was nothing wrong with him. I'm sorry. English players do this as well, but not as good.
It's a trademark by the Brazilians. You saw Vinicius against Trent. He did some dirty things. Yeah. I think it was in the last minutes of the match. Trent touched him somewhere around the neck, and he, oh my God, it was in my face, and did a show.
Yeah, Trent was getting wound up, wasn't he, by Vinicius?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put Paris in the final then.
Okay.
Versus who? Chelsea or Real Madrid? That would be an interesting match, I think.
Give me your view on this match.
So Chelsea, similar to Manchester City, they have like two teams basically, don't they? They have maybe the second best squad in the Premier League. I don't know. I think Real Madrid. So I like Kovacic and Jorginho, but against Kroos and Modric, I think they are stronger. Kroos, Mount is a good player as well, but I just think I think Real Madrid would beat them, to be honest. Yeah, over 2 legs on the training pitch.
On the garden shed in Madrid.
On the park up in Madrid.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
The goalposts. Do you agree? What do you think?
Yeah. For me, Madrid, an easy win.
Yeah, an easy win.
Yeah,
I think they would win. Okay, so we have a Madrid PSG final.
Ooh.
Just for argument's sake, because I think Manchester City would win. Who do you think would win versus Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain?
Man City.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I think Man City, because they have their defense line are miles better than Paris, and I don't know, they are a much better team, better manager, better players.
Yeah.
PSG, they're having only it's a bad way to define it, but they depend a lot on Neymar and Mbappe. So when these two are not in a very good day, or are very I think market, I don't know if that's the word in English, the opponent, the opponent team are very keen. Yeah. If they are they ghost on the match, you don't have other players to rely on.
And so I think Pep would have a plan, wouldn't he, for try to nullify Neymar. I think, especially Neymar. I think he would just put Rodri on Neymar, a couple of players around him. Yeah.
Oh, a final against Man City and Real Madrid, I think I wouldn't watch.
No, there's something about Real Madrid. Like, I admire them. Yes, okay, they're very successful, but there's just something about them and just they play and win football matches. I'm not a big fan recently. Yeah,
me neither.
Okay, Paris or Real Madrid? I think I've got a feeling you want to say Paris, don't you? PSG.
Yeah, but I think Real would win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Zidane is a lucky manager, isn't he? I think. He doesn't play attacking football, does he? You know, he was such an elegant footballer. I think he plays really like compact, quite like a low block type of football.
He reminds me of Antonio Conte. It's the same style, I think.
Hard-working defenders, stay solid.
Yeah.
Go on then. Madrid winning this, the team that we hate at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they would win because PSG are, in terms of an all-around team, I think Madrid way more complete. So,
and then they have a few players out as well. So like that, I think you mentioned Manchester City's defenders are better than Paris Saint-Germain's, but when you look at Real Madrid's defenders individually against Liverpool, they're not so great. Vasquez isn't a defender. Then you've got Nacho who tries hard but he's not a great defender.
He's small.
He's quite small. Who played alongside him?
Militao.
I think I would like Liverpool to sign Militao. Well, I wanted them to sign a few years ago, but again, no, I think he's not at the level of some other defenders. And then the left back was Marcelo. Did he play?
Ferland Mendy, yeah.
Oh, Ferland Mendy, sorry. He's a good player. I just think because they stayed so compact and the defend and the midfielders were there. Casemiro was always there as well. Courtois is a good goalkeeper, I think, a commanding goalkeeper. They help each other. They don't get caught out, even though they're not the greatest individually. They play really compact. Oh, I don't like that Real Madrid are winning this. I don't like the way this looks, to be honest.
Yeah, I let's hope we can reverse. We can turn around the score next Wednesday, because I can see Chelsea holding them up. If we do not win this knockout, probably Madrid are in the final.
Yeah, but it will be Nat Phillips against Benzema. Nat Phillips and Trent against Benzema and Vinicius.
Yeah,
and Trent also is probably in the midfield as well. So it'll just be Nat Phillips against Benzema and Vinicius with Fabinho trying to get back.
The only thing that gives me a reason to be optimistic is the fact that Ramos won't play, because if he was going to play, we had no chance.
Do you
He's
think? I think he's a bit of a liability, Ramos, to be honest.
It's because he's a dirty player, not because he's good, but because he's dirty. He does some very bad tackles. He injures players.
Yeah.
He annoys the ref. He doesn't let the opponents play. So mostly because he's a dirty player than because of his ability.
Yeah. I wonder if Liverpool fans will go to the stadium to welcome the team to the stadium. I'll have to find out. I think I've got a feeling.
I think they will. Yeah.
I think
I don't know how is the pandemic around England and Liverpool.
The pubs, you can sit outside in a pub from next week, April the 12th. So from next week, things start opening up again. Hairdressers, shops, yes, some gyms. So yeah, I think there will be people on the streets welcoming them. So hopefully, let's pray for a miracle to prevent Real Madrid winning their 14th Champions League.
Too much.
No, it is too much.